So I'm here with Dr. Gillian Dooley, who's an expert in all things Matthew Flinders. Gillian, isn't that correct?
Well, aspects.
And we have here some extraordinary, historically important items, things that were held in the hands of Matthew Flinders himself. And the first we have here is a letter that Captain Flinders wrote to his wife Anne. So
Yes.
Can you tell us something about this letter?
Yes. One thing that you might notice about this letter is it seems very, very short for a letter to his beloved wife. There is a reason for that. He wrote it one night. They decided that the companion vessel that they had, the Lady Nelson, was not working out, so they were going to send it back to Sydney the next morning. So it was a chance for him to write all the correspondence that he had to write. So he was writing to Sir Joseph Banks, he was writing to Governor King, and so he made sure he made time to write a letter to Anne during that very, very busy night.
So how long would, so it's really interesting to think in the world of the communication, the instant communications we have these days.
Yes.
How long would a letter like that have taken to get back to Anne?
Well, we actually have the postmark when it was received, which is October 1803. The letter was written in October 1802, so it took
Blimey.
12 months
Wow.
to get back to
Wow.
her.
So what did the letter say?
The letter is dated October 1802. My dearest Anne, up to this day we are all well, and the accomplishment of the objects of the voyage is advancing prosperously. Amidst my various and constant occupations, thou art not one day forgotten. Be happy, my beloved. Rest assured of my faith and trust that I will return safely to soothe thy distresses and repay thee for all thy anxieties concerning me. Beg thy good father and mother to accept of my affectionate and respectful regards, as well as my friend Bell, and believe me to be thy own Matthew Flinders. And then there's a postscript. I have not time to write to my father. Do thou for me.
Mm-hmm. It's fascinating, isn't it? And you know, such a relatively short message to then take a year to then get to his wife Anne.
Yes.
So tell me, Gillian, how did this letter wind up in our collection?
This was donated by a descendant of Matthew Flinders, Anne Flinders Petrie, I believe, in 1974, I think.
1974,
she was, which was his 200th birthday.
Wow.
There was a visit at that stage, and she. This used to be held by the National Maritime Museum, and I think she withdrew it. Oh, I don't think it was. I think it was still owned by the family, and she withdrew it from that collection. If you go to the National Maritime Museum, there's a note saying withdrawn and given to Flinders University.
Interesting.
So it was a very generous donation by the family to Flinders University.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Thank you.